It's gonna be stupid if it was just coil packs.
How's it?
Hey,
What's up?
what are we doing today?
Cleaning the shop.
We're cleaning the shop.
Yeah.
Of what?
All your poop.
Of all the poop and the poopra? And the pooper stuff?
All your dog things you took out of the pooper.
So what are we doing today? What are we working? Is today a Saab video day or is today a super video day?
Why not both?
You think?
No, probably Saab.
Probably Saab video. So, anyhow, if you guys don't remember, Ty has himself a Saab wagon. Very similar to my Saab wagon, but it's pretty much an exact replica of my old Saab wagon that my dad currently owns now. But it's a 2-liter. And one of the things that when he bought it, the guy was like, "Oh, it needs like coil packs or something. It has like
coil pack that.
it has like a shudder or something like that." So we went for like a test drive, and it kind of felt like a weird shudder, and we're like, "Okay, whatever."
It wasn't bad, and then I like ripped on it, and it was fine.
And then
And I'm like, "Oh, that's not too bad." Like ripping on it, and then a few months later, shudder gets worse and worse.
we realized that it's actually the clutch. So I've owed Ty this clutch job for a little while. So the other place that he works, they do like tint and all that other stuff. You're like,
Oh, because of the backwash, man.
Yeah. So the other place that he works at right now, or has been working, is they do like window tint and all that other stuff. And so we basically like traded like the clutch work for like the window tint on my Saab, but it's all like ceramic and, you know, all nice and all the way around. So we're trading basically the labor for that. So the plan is today is I want to move this Super outside, so I don't have to look at it or smell it anymore. I'm gonna move this Super right here, clean up some of this crap so that we actually have a path in and out of here again. Pull his car in and replace the clutch. So that's the plan. Alright, so it's been in here for like an hour. We've been kind of chilling it off, moving the fan around it, try to cool it off a little bit so we're not working on a insanely hot thing. So I guess first course of action, remove the battery box, wheels, tires, all that crap. I'm not 100% sure on what we're going to do on this. The last Saab that I did, I basically dropped the whole subframe out of it, or when I swapped the subframes and engines in my current wagon, I just dropped the whole subframes, but you have to discharge the AC and recharge it. I kind of don't want to do that, but it'd be a lot easier on the ground. But I guess we'll get there and we'll see. There's a plan.
All right, guys. So we'll update. We got pretty much everything underneath disconnected. We're gonna try and use like the tranny jack to hold the engine up, and then drop just the split the tranny from the engine, and just drop the tranny on the subframe. Trevor's underneath right now. He's gonna drain the coolant, so we can get some of the lines out of the way, get the rest of that over, and then that should be about it. Wouldn't you say, Trev? I mean, hopefully, it's just always. I mean, if you guys ever dropped an engine or pulled an engine or whatever, it's
These 4-cylinders.
These damn 4-cylinders. These front wheel drives. These wrong way drives.
Oh, you had me on a flathead?
Yeah.
Should be up there with you.
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, you always find like 1 or 2 lines or sensors or, something that's not disconnected yet. So I'm sure stuff you find along the way, or rip or tear or break along the way. So I've had a couple. Not much. We've been doing good so far, but yeah. So it shouldn't be too long. We're about 2 hours in of just kind of taking our time at it and trying to go like that. So we're not trying to rush it, make a new speed record or anything, but soon enough, she should be out and should be good going on her. So, took a little more time than we wanted, but we got it out. Trev's pulling the clutch now. Alright, let's ooh. Oh, yeah.
Honestly, that doesn't
look that bad. I mean, it's coming apart.
Like, that's in good condition, honestly.
I wonder why it'd be.
What if it was just your coil packs?
No,
Dave, what'd you say?
It looks like it has like a little pointy thing almost.
Oh, on the OS or the 5.3?
I mean,
The 4L80?
we probably have to bolt it up. No, there's the LS, it's backwards, so. I don't know, maybe.
Dave, let's give us a rundown of this desk. What do you think?
I mean, it looks like you should just put it back in almost. Here, flip it back over. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it has like some, see, it's like pretty worn. I mean, it's old, but it doesn't look like it has any chatter marks, really.
Kind of looks like. Does that look like any hot spots on it, or?
I mean, kind of looks like some, but it doesn't look like they're like big hot spots.
It's
They're
gonna be
just like.
stupid if it was just coil packs.
How's the flywheel look?
Does it have check engine light? Flywheel looks alright. It looks like that.
Well, just put the new shit on. It's off.
Oh, it's already out. I guess we'll just. I mean, worst case, it's that. Worst case, that new. So what the Buick Regal clutch holds more, a little bit more power, anyways. So they say, but it's probably the exact
It
same.
holds as much as an arrow.
Yeah. So it's like the same thing as like, you know. So
Figured that out.
it's
Where to do
yeah.
this to.
It. I mean
It's a lie. It is a lie.
the Aero trans and this trans are they're the same, aren't they, Trevor?
Yeah.
In theory, yeah. So, you know, 300 or so foot-pounds of torque is what they're rated to. So, I mean, for what, $280 or whatever?
You bust the big
Yeah,
dog
that's
out.
cheap.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. So,
Can you hand me the
well,
gap
we'll see.
back?
All right, so this is the new one, the takeoff of the Buick Regal GS. So, I'm gonna compare them real quick.
It doesn't seem like it's.
You got the socks. That's the good one.
Don't forget this is a wet clutch, so make sure to lubricate it.
Get some WD on there. See, the other one had like blue Loctite on the bolts. Do you think it needs blue Loctite on the bolts?
Yeah.
Bust it out. Do we have blue Loctite?
You see that? Quick sister
Oh, we have like a thing on
comparison. Yeah, I mean
I
that.
think Ty's gonna do this clutch again. We can use red.
I mean, probably not for.
I mean, you could just use a dab. Fucking dab of red, like a little dot.
Yeah, I mean, just get a big dog to bust it off, huh, Dave?
I mean, that's why they make those Milwaukee 1600 removable foot-pound of torque. Like you just break
just bust them off,
break
bust off the bolt heads.
break the crank in half.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully, you know, Dave's not right, and it's not just a dumb spark plug issue or coil pack or something.
crack.
That'd be cool, but
I mean, yeah, that'd be tight. I mean,
it sucks that we can find it out by doing all this. But
Doing all this work.
Now you can fix your dad's car.
yeah. I mean, at least we know a little bit, you know. And then I can add more power to it. We could flash it, and
there's
we know
still
it's
some blue
good.
left on these.
We'll see. Now the reassembly begins.
Alright, so we cleaned off the tranny a little bit. We got the new clutch in there and installed and torqued and all that stuff. So it's
it was the wind blowing effect.
the wind, like we're working outside. This is the new shop AC.
The shopping.
Yeah.
So it's like so his hair blows and it looks like he's
Maybe what they do with the models. All right, so yeah, we're just getting ready to try and stab her back in there. We couldn't get a clutch alignment tool, didn't come with one, so hopefully
You won't see it on TV.
Trev got her lined up pretty good. I guess we'll find out when he tries to stab it back in there, and then we'll Again, putting all the process of putting everything back in, so subframe and all that, and then
like your big fan.
David thinks it's just my coil packs. That's why it was slipping and shuddering. But
coil boots or a cracked spark plug.
You want to operate this guy now?
Yeah. So we'll put the clutch in, go for a drive, and then figure out if David's right or not. So.
Go ahead. Alright guys, so the clutch is in, everything's bled and coolant and everything's in. Everything's hooked up. We're only missing one bolt, yeah?
Yeah.
But that's fine, it's a good one. Alright, so we're gonna go for a rip and see how it is. And hopefully it doesn't slip. And hopefully this was the problem.
Hopefully it's not spark plugs.
And if it's spark plugs, I'm gonna be pissed, because this was a pain in the ass. Well, I guess good news and bad news. Clutch feels great, but it still has that stupid shudder. So this one has, what is it? It's the Buick Regal?
Yeah, so it's the Buick Regal GS clutch and slave.
So, and it'll hold more power. So yeah, right now oh wow. Oh yeah, the clutch feels way different. And the throttle bearing kind of has a little bit of a squeal. But yeah, it still has that shudder, so I guess we're gonna go change the spark plugs. That's so stupid. We're gonna feel the shudder. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to actually hear it or not, or see it. Oh yeah.
A few moments later.
All right guys, so great news. We replaced the clutch, and all it was a spark plug. So I'm gonna blame Ty. Could I blame Ty?
You could, yeah. I mean, I guess because I mean, even when we pulled them, they didn't look bad, but we just didn't replace them. Like,
I mean,
you know, it's one of those things.
So I didn't really drive the car. I rode with Ty, and it really felt like shuddering and clutch, and
it was like high load, like
no check engine lights, none of that stuff, which obviously it was just the spark plug, so it wouldn't have thrown a check engine light because it was sparking, so it knew it was sparking. So yeah, we replaced the clutch. I mean, the clutch feels great.
Yeah,
like,
it feels super nice.
It feels nice, it shifts nice. Like,
I guess now it's just ready for more boost, I guess.
Yeah, so now it's time.
Make it worthwhile.
Now it's time for a tune. But yeah, now with the Buick Regal clutch, it'll hold a couple more foot-pounds of torque. You know, it's not like, normally these clutch sets are like $700 and some bucks, just because the dual mass flywheel and everything. But basically GM, what is it? What parts is it? It's like on eBay.
So we got it. They were selling them. They had like a bunch of the Buick Regal crate engines. Yeah. And they were selling the engines, and so they would take the clutches off of them, and basically they were just selling them for like dirt cheap.
Yeah, so I think it was only like $280 for that whole clutch setup, which I think they're, like I said, $700 to $1,000 I think is like the retail on that whole clutch system, and it'll hold more torque than the factory 2-liter one, because the new 2 liters actually make like almost 300 horse just by the. Is it 300 horse or is it 300 foot-pounds of torque? I think because it's the Turbo 4 in like the 2011, 2013.
Like I don't know if they're. I don't think
it's a 2-liter.
It's a 2-liter, yeah, but yeah. They may make close to 300. It's like 280 or something.
Yeah.
Like.
So pretty decent, but nonetheless, I mean, part of the deal of, you know, exchanging the work was I had to do a clutch, and I did a clutch. So I mean,
didn't have to, but we did. And now there we go.
Yeah, didn't have to, but we did. But it's got a new clutch in it, so that's kind of silly. But anyhow, appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you guys learn from my my mistake, and maybe replace your spark plugs and your coil packs before you replace the clutch. I mean, but really, it did feel like it needed a clutch. As weird as it shuddered and it felt weird and it made the car shake. It wasn't like a misfire. It just was like. Anyhow, she works now. See you later.